I'm Carolyn Abbott, and I'm a member of an informal group that we call Five Valleys CAI, and CAI stands for Central Asia Institute, which most of you know. We are really excited to host this event today along with AAUW, and AAUW, by the way, is having a book sale that will also help fund Central Asia Institute projects, and there will be flyers they'll hand out about that later. And also the Jeanette Rankin Peace Center is helping us, and we appreciate the hospitality of the Roxy and International Wildlife Film Festival today. We're a group of volunteers inspired by meeting Greg Mortensen and reading his book, 3 Cups of Tea, which I bet all of you have done, and by the impressive job of teaching peaceful ways of living and learning to give to others that schools like Lewis and Clark and Lowell schools here in Missoula have been doing for several years. As early as 2007, Marlene Beltramo, who's standing back there somewhere, and Jana Staten, who's also here, who are active at First United Methodist Church, were brainstorming ways to involve more schools and the entire community, in fact, in learning to give through Pennies for Peace. So we asked these local teachers, including Kathy Dungan and Jane McAllister at Lewis and Clark and Carol Addis at Lowell, if we might join their efforts. And of course, from there we learned that there were teachers beyond the city limits that were interested in the project, so that's how we became the Five Valleys CAI. We have visited 70 schools since last fall, and most of the schools up and down the valleys, from Darby to St. Ignatius and Clinton to the Swan Valley, are participating in one way or another. Back in the spring, before the economy took a dive, we set a goal of $50,000 because that would be the amount it would take to build and provide for a school for 3 to 5 years. Even with the current problems we have in the economy, we've raised almost $8,000 so far, and most schools and groups have not reported their progress yet. But we'll be happy with any amount we can provide for educating young people, especially women, in the remote villages of Pakistan and Afghanistan. So to any degree that you can and want to contribute, we hope you will do so, and we hope you will designate your gift as coming through the Five Valleys CAI. And that's easy to do if you're writing a check. Just on the memo line, write Five Valleys CAI. And we have a jar out there to accept cash. One of our major goals is to learn, to learn more ourselves and to help our students learn about people and challenges in other parts of the world and about ways to live together more peacefully. So, plan now to join our Peace Fair on May 7th at the Caris Park Pavilion. The students then will show us some of the projects they've done, and they will sell some of the things they've made. There will be displays, items to buy, music, and food. It is in this spirit that we welcome Laura Anderson, the Public Relations Director for the Central Asia Institute in Bozeman. Laura is Marlene's lifeline to the Central Asia Institute during this campaign. She's helped us a great deal. And she will introduce our special guest, Foia Naseer from Pakistan.
Thank you for having us come and visit Missoula today. We appreciate everything that the Five Valleys CAI has done for us. All the schools participating in Pennies for Peace has been really amazing, and Marlene has been wonderful to work with. It's my pleasure to introduce Foia Naseer. She is from the Patika village in the Azad Kashmir region of Pakistan.
You should get up on the stage.
Hi everyone, good
noon. I think it's noon or afternoon. Okay. So, as you know, I'm Foia Naseer. I'm from Pakistan-controlled Kashmir region, and I will give you a little bit my background, like how I started my education, what happened, and then we will go with Central Asia Institute attachment. So, I started my education in a really, really remote area that is called the village Parsacha. And I was there with my mom because my father died when I was 1.5 years old. And my father, he was a great man, but I never saw my father. So my uncle, he's now my father. So I respect him as a father because he was the man who was take care of the family. Like we are 2 brothers, 2 sisters, you know, include me, we are 5. So he spent his whole life to, you know, to educate his kid, his brother kids, and he's an amazing man. And then I spent like 8 years there in Parsacha village. And the special thing, there was no girls' school in Parsacha village. And I went to boys' school because my mom, she decided like I need to go to a boys' school because I want my girls to be educated. And I say, Mom, it's not obvious because I can't go to boys' school. And she's like, why not? Because your brother, he's going, why you are not going? So she's not educated, but she respects education. She knows like what's the value of education. Sometimes it's happened like maybe she go outside and she can't speak, or maybe she can't understand what other people say, and that's why she thinks like it will never happen to my daughter. So then she decided, okay, now you are going to boys' school. So I spent my 8 years in that school, and then I moved to Pateka, another village, with my uncle. And I finished my 9th, 10th degree schools and grade schools, 11, 12, and then I moved to in Muzaffarabad, in a capital city. And it happened like before earthquake, it takes 20 minutes to go to capital city, but after 2005 earthquake, it takes 1.5 hours to go to Muzaffarabad city. It's really dangerous, like total landsliding. And then I continue my education. It happened like I graduated from Degree College Muzaffarabad, and I finished my Bachelor of Education degree. I completed my Master degree in Political Science, and I completed my Law degree. And I met Greg Mortensen in December 2006 when I was a student of law. And then my work with Central Asia Institute started. And he offered me like, Foia, if you want to go to America, and I will offer you a scholarship, and I will also pay for your law degree here if you want. And that was a really exciting moment for me, and like I jumped like, oh my God, really? And I was really happy. He's like, open his box and give me some money. Like if you want, you can take care of yourself. You just pay for your school and think about it if you want to go to America. And I say, oh my God, he's kidding. Maybe he's not serious. And after 1 year, I met Genevieve Shibab. She's International Program Manager. As you saw the picture behind me, this is the picture of 3 cups of tea. So no need for any introduction because everyone knows who's 3 cups of tea, works, and Greg Mortensen. And if you see another picture, this is a picture of the map of Pakistan. You see right up there is Islamabad, and up to Islamabad is Muzaffarabad. So Muzaffarabad is a capital city of Pakistan-controlled Kashmir. So I basically belong to that, but that's like 1.5 hour drive in the mountains. So almost on borderline, LOC. And this is another picture. It's kind of the whole concept. The Central Asia Institute is working in Pakistan, in Kashmir, and in Afghanistan, Kabul. So this is it's kind of the whole area they are covering. And everyone knows the K2. When Greg, he started his working, like he was trying to attempt K2, and after failure attempt of K2, he decided like I'm going to in a village because there was no another option to go somewhere else. And he like, okay, now I'm here. This is the first village when he go there in Karfi village. That is called Karfi. So everyone knows he spent his time there, and he felt like every person in that village is really friendly. And he realized the other thing, like there's no girl or boys education, and we need a school. But there was a big problem, like if we need a school, there was no bridge. So he need to build a new bridge for the school. So he construct this bridge, it's made a new Karfi. He built this bridge. And this is the first work for Central Asia Institute in northern area. And as you know, the Greg Mortensen, he's really young looking, at the front of the camera, like awesome. And he's playing he's hero for the Corfu village person. So these are small kids, and he's trying to, write for those kids, and maybe he's trying to, I don't know, I will meet Greg Mortensen and I will confirm like what he's writing on that board. And this is the construction period of Central Asia Institute when they start their school. So it takes like 3 years to build one school. It was a hard time to they are using the different material. But now it takes like 3 or 4 months because it's really easy. They are using the earthquake-proof stuff that's really easy and fast to construct. Yeah, this is also the under construction school picture. And then you go ahead and you will look like this is the first school. It's beautiful. Yeah. So the Greg Mortensen by himself is sitting with kids and trying to educate like A, B, C, or he also knows the alphabets of the Urdu language, so that's why he's just trying to pretend like I'm a really good teacher. Yeah. Then we move ahead, and this is the Central Asia Institute staff in Pakistan. These all are men's, and in Central Asia staff, they call these like the men groups. It's kind of no women. So I will be the first woman work for Central Asia Institute when I will go back. So now no more all the boys, and now I'm the girl, and Central Asia Institute International Program Manager, Genevieve Chabot. She's also the part of that community, so we are 2 girls now. So it's almost no, monopoly for men's. Yeah. The man who's in orange jacket sitting right there, he is the husband of International Program Manager Genevieve Chabot, and he's working in Kashmir, Afghanistan, and Pakistan with his wife, and they are working together. So they are in northern area. This is a picture from that area. In the middle, Doug Chabot, and in the side, Sarfraz Khan, he's operational director there. He built all the school for Central Asia Institute. Yeah, and the other thing for Central Asia Institute is the community involvement. That's why this organization working really well. In red dress, she's Genevieve Chabot, International Program Manager, and they get married in Pakistan, so this is a kind of a beautiful pictures. And all these girls they are working as a midwives training with Central Asia Institute. It's me. Yeah. Genevieve and it's me and the girl. She's teaching in a Gundi Piran school. So we spend a lot of time together, and we work together, and we love to hang out and then just talk and sit and discuss. So this is a picture in a school. The background is they are showing the picture of the Gundi Piran school. It's an outside shelter for the kids because it's really hot. They can't sit inside, so it's easy to sit outside. Yeah, these are scholarship students. So there are lots of pictures of the scholarship students, Central Asia Institute, because they are providing the scholarship for girls, scholarship for the water project, and also the Women Vocational Center. And they built 17 schools in Kashmir and near my village. And they built like 80 schools in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and in Kashmir. So the girl scholarship is a really big project for Central Asia Institute, and I'm also the part of the girls scholarship education here in America, and it's an honor for me because I never thought about it, like I will be in America and I will get education there. So it's kind of a dream come true, so it's exciting. So all these pictures are from that area. You go ahead. So this is a picture of a 2005 earthquake in my village. So I live right there up, and this is it was a crazy movement. 2005 earthquake was a really big disaster especially in Kashmir and Balakot area of Pakistan. And there are some statistics if you go ahead. And you can read 2.8 million people displaced and all this stuff. It's like all schools destroyed, and there was crazy time. Yeah, and after 2005 earthquake, Central Asia Institute, they start working in Kashmir because there was no more schools. The students are sitting in a tents and they are outside and and this was the condition of the road. It was really dangerous. So still, until now, we are traveling in Muzaffarabad to Patika in that village. So that's where it takes 1.5 hours, long time. And after that, we lived in a kind of a camps. They provide some tents from UNO or UNICEF or other kind of all organization working there after that, after 2005 earthquake. And they build some kind of small communities and people can stay there and they can eat, and there are small school in a tent and kids, they can go to school if they want. And yeah, they are sitting outside and trying to cook, and they lost their family and they are just pray on the graves. And this is this picture of a school. There are some students, they died and their families also died. So there's no one is going to take care of bodies. So they buried all these kids in schools. So it's kind of what you said in English, it's a memory for those kids, memorial in school. This is the picture of before Central Asia Institute school. So they are sitting outside in a crazy movement. It's really hard to sit outside and read because it's not easy. The weather is really hot and you can't sit inside the tent. And there is no way to sit outside and you can't concentrate, and it's crazy. This is the under construction school, Central Asia Institute. They are trying to build the compound wall for the school because it's necessary. Sometimes people, they think our kids are really, really protected if they are behind the really big wall. Muslim people, they think it's against the Islam if we say the women are not allowed to sit outside and the men are walking or something. So these are special girls' schools, so that's why they are providing the compound wall. This is also a picture under construction school, and you go ahead and look. This is a new school. So there was under construction picture, and this is a new school. And now they have a little bit more improvement. They have a shelter ahead, at the front. It gives really big space at the front, and there's a room behind it, and it's nice. Yeah, the kids in tents. This is the same picture. And we go ahead, and these are schools. This is school at front of my house. That is called Kariyan Darar School. I'm living in Balseri. The school name is because it's generation to generation they're using a Ghundipira school, but that's not exactly in Ghundipira village. And they're using the Kariyan Darar school, not exactly in Kariyan Darar school, is in Balseri. So it's kind of confusing. These are big trucks. They are carrying the stuff they are using for the Central Asia Institute school, the special material from China. So these are big lorries, trucks. And sweet kids. Yes, this is also the part of Central Asia Institute scholarship because they are providing scholarship not for just in big city, but you can go in Muzaffarabad if you want to carry your education in a capital city of Azad Kashmir. If you want, you can go into Islamabad in a capital city of Pakistan. So it's up to you. If your family allow you, you can go everywhere. So Central Asia Institute will fully support you, like me in America. Okay, yeah, so these are the same pictures, sweet kids. Yeah. And this is two. This is the final thing. Stop here. Okay, yeah, so now I'm done. So if you have any question, I'm really happy to answer your questions. Because I was trying to give you some concept, I'm here with Central Asia Institute, with Greg Mortensen organization, so.
How much longer will you be here in the United States?
I came here in 25th August, so I will be back in June. So it's kind of a 9 or 10 month trip, 2 semesters.
We'll try to get am I on? Yeah. Try to get your questions. Do we need it on?
Okay, all right, never mind. He's got a audio mic. So
I apologize for my language. If you have because I'm speaking English last 4.5 months, so I just came here. So if I made a mistake, I'm sorry. So Laura, she's coming here if you have any questions, so we will answer together, because the staff work, I don't know about that, what's going on in office, so we will answer together. Okay.
How much more difficult has your work been made by the resurgence of Taliban in the Swat area and other places like that?
We are really worried about that. You know, it's really bad circumstances in Kashmir, because we belong to a really sensitive area that's called LOC, so India-Pakistan border tension. It's kind of that, but now we are facing a new problem. So I can't say anything because it's a political issue. I don't know, these people are from different countries, they are from Pakistan, but it's really bad. They will be in Kashmir, I think that will be terrible. They don't know, because they just say we are Muslim, but they are not really Muslim, because they are killing people that's against Islam. Islam never said like you need to kill people, and you are not allowed to educate your girls, because they just say like men and women, they are equal. They have equal rights to be educated.
Can you put the map of Pakistan back up on the screen so we can see what you're talking about?
We don't have any projects in Swat Valley, so we've been fortunate that way. Most of our projects are in those remote regions where a lot of this political turmoil doesn't happen, so a lot of our work has not been super affected by that. We have gone in and started to help one school that was destroyed, one girls' school in Pakistan that was destroyed, and helping refurbish that school that was destroyed.
Well, have there been any schools actually that CIA has built that have
Yes, that's why I say always CIA.
destroyed?
In 2007, in the summer of 2007, there was a school in Afghanistan in the evening hours that the Taliban did go into. When the local people found out that that had happened, they went and fought back. And the school was not destroyed, it was closed for a few days, and then it did reopen after that. So we have not lost any schools to anything. We've been very fortunate that way.
Yeah, and there is a reason for that, because they work with community involvement and community. They think they are building school for us, so they take care of schools. So it's kind of, they think like Central Asia Institute, they are in America, so they are educating our girls. So these are our schools, so why we are not taking care of these schools?
You go ahead.
Oh, I was wondering, I came a little bit late, but I know you were studying law before you came to the United States and MSU, but at MSU, what are you studying there? Are you studying law there, or are you studying, what kind of classes?
Yeah, so I came here, the reason for this is like, I need to understand what's the education system, what's the difference of education system. So I'm here as a research scholar, so I'm taking courses like a multicultural class and assessment class, and also like gender and Asia class, and also my English classes. So it's kind of a mixture, like I need to learn how education system is different from developing country and developed country. So that's the reason.
And what have you noticed?
I noticed it's totally different from Pakistan. You know, it's in Pakistan you need to sit and wait for your teacher and open your eyes if they are coming or not. But in America, you will go there and, hi Foia, good morning. And I say, oh my God, she's so early. I think she needs to stay home like 5 more minutes, because first it was really hard, but now I think like, yeah, this is the difference. So that's why if they are committed to do something, they are, because there's no option. They never say like, okay, we are not going without saying anything, and students are sitting there. No, if they are sick or they have any problem, they allow you like, okay, send you an email, we are not coming. That's all. That's a good thing to know. Yes?
Well, I know that the funds to build the schools are put together here in the U.S. Or contributed from the U.S., but how is the curriculum put together, and who decides on the curriculum?
In Pakistan, the education department is decided all the stuff, but now they are using like some stuff from Oxford, and the mixture they like, because we have all things in Urdu, and in our own language there's just English, so you can use like Oxford English and other language English, so there's one option. So it's Curriculum is good if you are like a hard worker and you want to know. It depends, but it's hard to learn another language, English, but not your own language.
And the curriculum that our schools follow are what is mandated by the government. So you have your English, your writing, your reading, your math, spelling, and then they're required to have a little bit of Islamic studies as well.
Yeah.
How is the curriculum different in the boys' school and the girls' school, or is it the same?
Same. Yeah.
Do you ever see a day where they will be together?
No, in schools, boys and girls.
I can't believe that you were in the boys' school and they didn't throw you out.
Oh yeah, because it depends. If your family is supportive, no problem. So it's up to your family. Otherwise, nothing. No one is. If someone say like, okay, why you are going to boys' school, and I say because you need to ask my family, and they say, okay, if we have no problem, why you have any problem? That's the only thing.
Are you getting any financial or logistical support from the government in terms of opening the school? And then what is the government also doing in terms of increasing the literacy rate?
I think the government is doing not really good job in Kashmir because they have their own issues to solve. But as you can see, like in our area, if I'm talking about my area, because I know exactly about what's happening in my area. So after 2005 earthquake, there's not a single school built by government. So 17 schools by Central Asia Institute. They don't know. Last year, I was there with Genevieve Chabot. She's International Program Manager for Central Asia Institute. And we just say like, okay, now we have 17 schools. And they just say, 17 schools? We have no idea. Because they never went to their area. They have no idea what's going on. They are just developing in a big city, like in capital city. And they have schools, and because it's a really big disaster. It was. And they need, everything is totally destroyed. Yes?
Access to computers at all?
Not really. We have just computer centers, if you want to go. But now, Central Asia Institute, they are providing computers. They are building labs, and we have 15 computers in my area, in my school. Yeah. And library also.
Have any other organizations shown interest in partnership with the Central Asian Institute to help with effort?
One thing that Central Asia Institute has not done is done a lot of partnerships with other organizations. Greg has found that when he went over there and he's worked with these different communities, he's built a lot of trust. And he doesn't want to jeopardize that trust because then in turn it would jeopardize the work that we have been able to do over there. And a lot of times bringing in foreigners is not always the best thing to do. One of the things that has made our schools and projects so successful is that they are community-based. So the community comes to us and says they want a school. They're the ones who provide the labor and the land for the school. And they're also the ones who run the school and provide the staff. And so that's really, Foia is going to become a real integral part in helping us train these teachers, because a lot of these teachers are students who have just finished our schools and don't have a more formal education. And with Foia, she's going to be able to offer more education trainings and really help develop that so that we can give the teachers that we do have in the community to become better instructors of education.
I'm curious, was your father unusual in wanting you to go to school? And then in your village are more and more fathers wanting girls to go to school?
My father died when I was 1.5 years old. Yeah, but my uncle, he's a nice man, so he never said like, okay, no. It was hard for Central Asia Institute to convince my uncle for America, because it was a really big deal to go to America. It's okay if you want to go. It's like, okay, I want to go Islamabad. And he say, okay, I will be there. I will take care of you. But it was hard in America. And then he decided, like, okay, you can go. And we were really fast. We are applying for passport, we are visa, and we are jumping like, okay, I have paper too, because I finished my exam on 19th August, and then I left my home like 21st. Yeah, so one day. So I was going to Islamabad for everything, and I was going back to Muzaffarabad for my paper and going back to home. And it was a crazy time, and I was thinking maybe I will lose my papers, like I can't finish my study, I have no enough time. But that was a good luck, and I got my result back. Like.
So is your uncle influencing other young fathers in your village?
Definitely, if not so in future. now I'm here, everyone is asking Foia. Sometimes they go home and like ask, where's Foia? And they just say, she's in America. And they say, okay, you are kidding, maybe she's in restroom. And they say, no, we are serious. And they just convince people like half an hour, 2 hours, and they just talk and like, okay, are you serious? She's in America? Because people don't know. There's no, newspaper going to print like Foia Naseer, she's in America. So it's totally different here.
What do you think about Montana?
Montana is great. I'm glad I came here in America, in Montana, because the people are really nice, really friendly, and they just take care. And I'm here with the host family, Lawsons, and they are amazing. So they just sometimes say like, Foia, okay, you want to go back, and we don't want to send you back. And I say, I have no option, I need to go back.
And have you gotten in trouble anywhere else in the United States?
No, but I'm going to Washington, D.C. next week.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you went to Colorado with Genevieve?
Yeah. There was a presentation, I forgot about that. So I'm just thinking about Washington, D.C. I'm really excited. Yes?
I'm wondering if Greg and CAI are starting to focus on bringing more people like Foia, particularly women here?
Probably not. This is kind of from my understanding, listening to Genevieve talk, because I haven't spoken with Greg specifically about this, this is kind of like a one-time deal. We really are looking for a female staff representative in our bigger staff. Remember the picture of men? It's hard sometimes for female teachers to go and speak to those men, and so we'll have a nice liaison then between the between the teachers and them by having Foia there.
Yeah, because Genevieve, she can't understand the language, and the men are not allowed to go inside and talk to girls. And the girls are not allowed to come outside because she needs a translator. If we will work together, we will go inside, we will sit and drink like 3, 4, 5 cups of teas, and I will write like 6 cups of tea new book, and then we will read. Yeah, that's promise.
Your name? Laura Anderson, and I'm a public relations manager. I'm through Central Asia Institute. Sorry? Can you say all that? Central Asia Institute's public relations manager. What was your last name? Anderson.
How did the CAI school perform in the 2009 earthquake?
We did not lose any schools. We didn't have schools in the Azad Kashmir area. After the earthquake, Sarfraz, he was the taller gentleman in the middle of one of those photos. He got right over there right after to see what was happening. He saw a need for tent schools and all the schools that were destroyed and how the government wasn't able to get back there. So we didn't have anything in that area until after the earthquake.
Yeah, they started work, after 2005 earthquake, I think in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides having some fun, what is your purpose to go to Washington, D.C.? Were you speaking with anybody interesting?
I'm going with my host family, and there's no special purpose, just to visit your, capital city. That's fun. If in Pakistan we said if you never been into Lahore, so it's same. So it's fun to go there, and also saw some museum and maybe White House and maybe Obama, and who knows.
What would be some now that we have much broader relationship now established with this program, what would be some things you would like Americans to learn about your culture or learn to appreciate about your culture and your people and your country?
I think they can give a better answer if Central Asia Institute staff member Genevieve, she will be here, because she has the experience to go there and look at this, because things are totally different. Sometimes people, they just say like it's really dangerous to go there. Yeah, it is dangerous to go there without any doubt, but at some places the people, they are same, they need help. If you are providing like education, and they will respect you, and they will give you like, they think you are the Central Asia, especially for Central Asia Institute, they think like these people are now the part of the family. And they never think like these are American, and because Genevieve, she go and she sit with my family, and we sleep together and we eat together, and that's fun, you know. It's a good thing, like they can learn how friendly people are in Pakistan and how Americans are really good. They are really supportive for Pakistani, for the girls' education, for boys' education. So I think that's the only thing. Understanding.
If your host family contacts Bacchus or Kester or some, you know, or and contacts them, perhaps you really can meet President Obama. Seriously, yeah. Seriously, that's how you do it. Mention it to them.
Okay, definitely we do.
Will you have any chance to practice your law while you're working for the Central Asia Institute?
Yeah, Central Asia Institute, they are really happy. They say if you want to be a lawyer, so it's a really honor for Central Asia Institute, and you can practice first time, and then you can work for Central Asia Institute as a part-time. And because it takes like a 2.5 years, because I need to study more for as a practice. So I complete my degree, but I will pass my one interview, and then I go for practice. So that will be helpful, I think, for organization also.
I read in the paper that your uncle postponed your marriage arrangement so you could come here. And will that marriage and a husband have an effect on your work if you go back?
Yeah, but now I will take care when I go back. But at that time there was he made a decision like, okay, now we are not going to arrange a marriage for her. She want to be educated so she can go. Yeah. That was a really big decision.
So, just to clarify, so are you still going to marry the man who you're going to marry when you go back?
Yeah, because it's, we have no option. Yeah, it's
an arranged marriage?
Yeah, it always arranged marriages in Pakistan, so it's kind of tradition.
Was it arranged before you were born or when you were very young?
Oh, no, 3 or 4 years before, not that young.
Oh,
yeah.
So, had you met him? Had you met the man that you are arranged?
Yeah. He's nice.
At least you met him.
Yeah.
Does the CAI look to expand into any of the other countries of Central Asia?
Not right now. Well, we have 18 schools in Afghanistan right now, and there's more and more. Doug Chabot is looking more and more at what needs to be done in Afghanistan, mostly though in those far remote regions near Kabul. And then we'll continue to help in the Kashmir area as well. There's still tons and tons of schools that have not been replaced.
In the communities in Afghanistan where the schools are, do they ever have are in danger of bombings by the U.S. or military people coming in, the international forces that are in Afghanistan? Do they ever come that far into those villages and attract attention or conflict?
You know, I don't really know the answer to that question. I know that the majority of our schools are way up in the Wakand. There are a couple that are closer to, like the one in Lalandra is closer to Kabul, and so that there is more danger for a couple of those schools. And the one school in 2007 that did have the Taliban enter it, we do keep a guard posted there now as well. But I just don't really know how to answer that. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, because Genevieve, she's involved in that project, and Laura, she never been into Afghanistan, so that's Genevieve's job in danger on a horse to travel all the way in Kabul and different places and take care of school. So next time there will be a presentation, so she will be here, definitely.
And I hope that the communities that we're working in aren't being targeted by the U.S. military, but I have no idea exactly what the U.S. military is doing. So. Yeah.
I'm wondering if you know, because we don't know very much, what percentage of girls in Pakistan now receive education, and, you know, is there going to be a tipping point where enough girls not only get educated but become women and convince their husbands that you'll begin to see this becoming more, less of a controversy? I don't know what the percentage is now, and it may vary a lot by city and village.
In my area, I think 85% girls are going to school because it's now totally changed. The parents, they realize maybe our girls and boys, they need education. So they think, and now because of Central Asia Institute, they are providing a really good, like a scholarship if you want, and they just like kind of competition, like my daughter will be educated. So that's the good thing, you know, the people, they just think, okay, your daughter is going, so my daughter is also going. And they just think like, if there are some needy people, they are really poor and they can't afford education, so they are helping. That's the good thing. And it also, I told you before, like it depends on your family, because my family never said like you will be not educated, because it's kind of a family reputation, so it's generation to generation, like education is necessary for you. And but for some people, this is not common. They need awareness, and that's why Central Asia Institute is working there. And they are, I think they are 95% now successful. But some people, they are still, they like, okay, we are not allow our daughters to go out. It's against the rules and something. But they never say if you are not allowed, like you don't want to send your daughter, and they just say like, okay, you need to go. No, we will take your daughters. No, they just say, okay, it's up to you. And sometimes people change their minds. They just think like 2 months and they just say, maybe we made mistake. Yeah.
Has the presence of the schools shifted a community perspective about other things? Has there been a ripple effect?
Schools affect in community? Yeah. It's kind of, definitely, yeah. Education makes a really big difference. And the girls, they will be educated. They know what is the best for them and what is not. So it depends, like, it's not the big issue like arranged marriages and other, but it's also the how you represent yourself and you want for yourself, not for others.
Has it changed the community's identity?
Yeah, definitely.
Where do the midwives get trained? Is the Asian Institute working with them too? I noticed you showed a picture of the midwives.
Yeah, they are in Islamabad, in Pakistan capital city. So there's a new project for Central Asia Institute. They are going to bring a midwife from America to northern area. So she's going next week, I think, next December.
In the summer.
Yeah, in summer, I think in June, yeah, in June or July. And she will train all those, the midwives, and she will provide all the stuff, like if they need something and kind of her other things. And because there was a big conference call 3 days before with Genevieve, and with her name is also Genevieve, Dr. Genevieve. And we just call Pakistan and talk to those girls because they need translation, they can't understand English. So they say, okay, if you are free, you can go there and you just sit and you just translate what they are saying, what they need. And they say, okay, we are not confirmed now, so we will definitely give you a call after 3 or 4 days and then tell you like we need some medicines, what kind of medicines. Because it's a really big, birth control issue is a really big problem in northern area especially. So that's why they need some help.
After the girls have their education, do they get married after that too? Because like you were saying, it's forced to get married kind of before you're even born. So after your education, do you get married by then?
We will getting married after education?
Yeah.
It's kind of arranged? Yeah. You are asking? Yeah, definitely, because that's a really big, I told you the big issue if we need to change the whole society, so it takes a long time, not even like 1 year and 2. It goes generation to generation, change your mind, and it's really hard to convince your family like no arranged marriages, because they are arranged in marriages like with generation and they think this is a good thing, maybe this is the only option. So, yeah, definitely, they will be educated and definitely they will be arranged. They will arrange marriages. And if you like someone, so maybe you can say, they will accept. It's up to you.
The family, will they,
Will the family usually, if they want their daughter to be educated, allow her to finish her education before they have her married?
10 to 15%.
How common is it to attend law school for women or other professional schools?
I'm the only one from my area, so I'm the first one, so we'll see. Maybe my family, it was really hard. I was saying I want to be a lawyer, and they just say maybe this is not a girl profession, and maybe you need to choose the other one. And then I say, okay, and then I decided I will go. So yeah, it was kind of like, I want to do this. And then they decide, okay, if she's saying she want to do this, so maybe she's okay, no problem. Yeah, medical is not a really big issue. If you want to go, that's a good thing. But you don't have enough education to be really, really good, and you need your grades like 100%, and then it's hard.
You sound very confident that you will be able to do your work for CAI when you return, even though married. What if your husband objects to your work? What will happen?
And then I will object on his work. Objection, receive objection. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. No, he will. I think he will never object if he will. So I want to do this. So the only thing. If I can't say anything about me, so why I want to be a lawyer? Because I will protect the other women's rights. So I can't say something about me. So that's so bad. Yeah.
How do you keep in touch with your family?
I use my cell phone every day. They call me like, they have cell phone too, and my uncle sometimes call, my sister, my brother-in-law, my mom, and they make me crazy. Like, someone called me before, so maybe you can ask, I'm really good. Yeah, it's really hard to in America. Sometimes you are really busy and you have no time, and I say, oh my God, please give me one person, give me a call one day, so that will be easy. Or I will be free, I will give you a call. That's the only thing. Yeah, it's easy to call to Pakistan because they make a really good setup for me, and I can call anytime if I want in the morning, because it's 12-hour difference, so, and day and night.
Didn't that really reassure them that you were okay? That was wonderful to have the cell phone?
Yeah. I think that's a good thing. Now they are really, really comfortable and they have no problem. They just say, okay, now she's fine. Sometimes they say, like, if you are really busy, sure, you can give us a call maybe after 2 or 3 days. Now we know you are okay.
What message do you have for young women in America now that you've come from Pakistan and growing up there, and you have challenges there, but now you have an opportunity to see the education here. So what advice would you give young American girls?
Young American girls, I think you need to learn about different places of the world, all over the world, not just for America. You want to do, if you want, you can do anything in a world, and you can make a really big difference because you are educated and you get really good education and you have resources to, to be successful. And if you want to use, you can help other people, and I think this is the best thing for you. Think about you and think about other people like Greg Mortensen. He's doing a really good job, and he never think about the family, what's going on, what's happening. If he want, he spend like months outside, but he is, because he is doing a really good job, and he know like I'm the best and I can make a big difference in a world too. So that's why he is now. He's getting a Sitara award from Pakistan in next month. So this is a really good thing, it's a really big honor for the Pakistan government also, and also for Greg Mortensen, because he's going to receive an award first time for an American. And that's the only thing I can say, like you can make a difference, and you think about yourself and think about other people's. And
But what percentage of the people of your mother and your uncle's generation are educated? Is your uncle educated? Is your mother educated?
My uncle, he's educated because my father, he was educated too, but not my mother. She's not educated.
Does CAI look to do any adult education or just children?
They are working for Women's Vocational Center, but not, there's no project for the adults education, so she can do
Somebody
that.
just told me that some of the girls will go home and help their mothers try to learn how to read.
Yeah. Any more? Are we done?